Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your mid-July 2021 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here, Sun and Sag, myself. And I was thinking today because, just getting past the 4th and I'm afraid of firecrackers, so that's why that's always like really a time of year that is not, it's kind of stressful for me, unfortunately. I remember many years ago how beautifully mellow this, very quiet, because a lot of people would be going to summer cottages and things like that. It would be like, when I was a kid back in the 70s. And, not to get off on a tangent about firecrackers, but a lot of, one thing I'm glad about is that I'm not the only one who feels this way. But I just felt kind of off, and I was just curious if any of you have felt that way. And I was thinking, it's Cancer time. So is it something about that water energy that just feels like very inharmonious with Sag? But you have to also look, I have a lot of earth, so that would nourish those points, Maybe it's just the nature of the beast of Cancer, of what it represents to all of us, the past. And, we get sentimental or we get sad if we think about things slipping away. I think that's very normal, and we can't push it away. So I feel better today. So maybe it was about the 4th when I think about it. But I feel a little bit better today. A lot better, actually, to tell you the truth. And even physically, just feel more energetic. And so just wanted to share that with you and let you know if you've been feeling that way. It's just something. Oh, wait, now that I think about it, even for sun signs, that's the 8th house. So that's like Scorpio's house. So yeah, the shadow coming up. Actually, that has been a theme for me too, that I've had to kind of face within myself. So yeah, embracing, I look at it, looking at the eye of the storm and just like saying, and what? And not being afraid to look at things in that way. Pick an additional card. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. So the two major arcana cards are very interesting. One is the Fool card and one is the Hangman. The Hangman is connected to Neptune and therefore more of that Pisces type of energy. And the Fool card is connected to Uranus. Uranus rules Aquarius, but it's that do your own thing kind of vibe, which is, definitely in alignment with Sag, as you probably would agree with me. So let's bring out the past position. The past position has an influence of the Queen of Pentacles. And this can be a benefactor, a mother figure. Queen can be the mother that is maybe helping you financially or guiding you into some kind of situation in your life that can lead to helping you to establish a home. Or maybe this is a facet of yourself, especially if you have become a mother, or if you are a male, a parent, a father. The Queen, yes, we associate with women, but it's that nurturing energy. So it has nothing to do with gender. But it is this is a double feminine energy. Sag is a masculine sign. So even if you're like a female Sag, that you have, I have a lot of feminine energy in my personal points, but that Sag is front and center because it's the sun. Okay. The sun demands that, I don't know if you'd say respect, but that attention. Okay. And, So the bottom line is that if this is you, you're getting more into that. That's become, or you were getting more into that. This is a past position. More into the home front, okay? Now we have the Knight of Swords, which is like more youthful energy, but more forceful type of, kind of either abrasive or, in your face type of energy. So what is going on here? It's like maybe that was a season of your life, could have been connected to the shutdown for sure, where you reconnected with the home, and now you're kind of like ready to take what you've learned out into the public. Okay, so the Knight of Swords can be like teachers, anybody who is in professions that are with communication, which is what swords represents. From what I don't know if I'm wrong about this. I'm not going to consult my book. I thought that the suit of knights was fire and swords was air. I know the swords is air, but fire and air together. But anyway, this is a masculine energy, and writers. I was watching one of the probably the only tarot reader that I still watch. And she was saying about writers, Sages that are writers, come on, write that book or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, we have to do these projects because the energy is very supportive for it. So I'll say that to you with this card, because this is front and center in this reading. But just on a personal level, speaking your truth, not kind of, the Queen of Pentacles is like June Cleaver. If you're under 40, you probably don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Leave it to Beaver. I swear I'm not that old, but I watched it in reruns. But, that domestic goddess energy. I think Roseanne used to call herself a domestic goddess, which was kind of funny. The higher message is the Hangman. And this is a card. Now, this is your spiritual message, Sag. So your spiritual message is to let go and let God. How are you trying to control your reality right now? And you may say, but I have to, because da-da-da-da-da is happening. And what I would say to you is, just like the Abraham Hicks talks about the art of allowing, what are we bringing into, what is it that we want to attract that is not currently in our reality? What do we do about that? And I know that the fire element is very self-oriented, like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this happen. And sometimes it doesn't, even if you want it to, more than anything in the world. And then you have to let it go. You have to let it flow to you. Let go, go with the flow. Let go and let God, that kind of vibe. Oh, wow. This is funny because I got this exact same card for Virgo. In the same position, I mean. And I was, for a minute, I was like, is this some other reading that I'm doing, or what's going on here? So the card that crosses you is the Ace of Wands. This is a card of, especially with fire signs, are you going for something? Is this something that you are doing? Or is it that you feel like it's not, the timing is not right? I tend to agree with you, because I'm going to be doing the end of the month readings, which will, cover the last half of the month. And I feel like things are going to be a lot more good for you, because the sun and other plants will start to be in Leo. And that will be more supportive for Sag, being a fellow fire sign, and that trine action. Okay, so don't think that July is a bust if you still feel like you don't want to take the full action, especially, you know, as I record this is a couple of days before Mercury comes out of its shadow. But then there's going to be some good, like from the 7th, on the 7th of July until about the 7th of September will be a green light period where inner planets, personal planets are all direct. And so they're not affecting the person, keeping them, you know, kind of slowing them down or making them do something over rather than forging ahead. So, you know, utilize this period, especially as the sun goes into Leo and you start to feel that those good vibes shining from the sun and other personal planets in Leo. As a matter of fact, though, I mean, Mars might be in Leo right now. I have to check. I'm not up on that. It was in Cancer. It might have gone into Leo early at the end of June. I don't know. I forget about these things sometimes. Okay. What's coming in is the Knight of Wands, and this is Sagittarius card. So this is more adventurous. That's what I'm kind of like. I've been feeling, I think, a little bit fearful, a little bit, you know, so not fiery. Okay, I think this might be a double fire type of a vibe, and this is certainly connected to Sag, and that boldness, you know, and it's like it doesn't happen to me much, but I could see how someone who believes their thoughts would start to, you know, just go down that path of just one negative thought after the other. So the thing is that you probably will feel as July progresses, you're going to start to feel that sense of the devil may care attitude, and that will make you feel more willing to take chances and do things that you want to do rather than being trapped in the past. This is a forward moving energy. So I did pick a card. I don't end on the Four of Cups. Now, this can actually be stabilizing your emotions. But or having somebody who comes to you who is a stabilizing influence. So that could be a positive thing. If this card represents the more challenging interpretation, which is that you feel a certain blasé quality about life, I would say it's because you're not embodying this. That you're allowing yourself to play it safe. And again, I do sense that when the sun goes into Leo, that Sagittarius will shake off this watery, wet blanket energy that kind of dampens your fire, dampens your inner independence, and makes you more cautious and maybe fearful. Okay, so hang in there. Don't, you know, maybe that's what the hangman is. Hang in there. Don't fear any of these heavy emotions if you're experiencing them. Or this isn't really about heaviness. It can be, in some cases, having a depressive, your life is like clinical depression or something that you just feel like blah. But I feel like it's more that what you want to do, you can't do for some reason, or that you're not allowing yourself to do. Or if you love someone that you feel like you can't love them right now. Maybe they're at a different college, or, you know, they've moved away. Maybe they've taken a job in a different country, and you feel like it wasn't that you necessarily had this relationship. Maybe it was a crush, somebody that you were in love with, and you were friends, and you were just like hanging out in the same circle, and they have gone somewhere else geographically, and you're kind of in this funk, you know. I picked a clarification card. I got a great card, the Fool card. This really does speak about new beginnings. Oh yeah, you know, we're coming from this lunar eclipse in Sag in late May. So maybe this is kind of the fallout from that. That's not that long ago. It's probably about 6 weeks ago. What, you know, what kind of things may, you know, have changed in your life in the last 6 weeks? Have there been any major shifts? And same with the, you know, the Gemini new moon. And I mean, solar eclipse, there may have been things that were challenging for that as well, that you're kind of having to kind of make your life fit into now, to accommodate into your life. So don't be afraid. You know, if the Four of Cups is how you feel, that's how you feel. That's okay. You will, you know, this too shall pass. Let's put it that way. So, you know, be who you are in this moment. And the Fool card is about, you know, just going down a totally new path and not conforming to convention. I think most Sages are down for that, let's face it, or up for that. So anyway, I hope that you, and I think, let me just say one thing. I think that if you're someone who has been kind of like with the Queen of Pentacles, you've been trying to fit into that role of the domestic goddess or the, or God, you've just been trying to be what somebody else wants you to be, and it just isn't you. You're going to be more outspoken, and that alone will dispel the Four of Cups kind of blah energy, because you may feel like you have been kept down by someone, and now it's time for you to speak your truth. Okay, and go your own way. All right. That is what I have for you, Sag. If you'd like a personal reading, the link is below. Thanks for watching. Bye.